Hello, Proxy Table Gaming fans, PTG. I am Hyper G. I'm with Lucky Sixes.
Lucky Six is in the house.
Yes, you are. You are still in the house. You have not been evicted yet.
No,
Somehow.
I'm
know how.
technically in the garage.
Yes, but it's
Slash
not part of the house. You
Man
can't
cave.
call it a
Slash,
garage anymore,
no,
can you?
no,
So,
it's literally not a garage.
well, you wouldn't get a car in there
My
anymore.
models are up as well. Probably
Yeah.
first time on camera. I've got a projector.
Yeah. I mean, if someone did try and put the car in there now, it would cause a lot of chaos.
Yeah,
so.
it wouldn't be ideal.
No, for the car either.
No.
Right, we're Scottish Championship.
Cracking on.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we do get out of date when we both enter a tournament.
Yeah, I
don't we?
know. We need to just focus on one of us, I reckon.
Yeah, I know. It's really.
We've got so
selfish
many
of
battles
me
to record.
joining you in a battle. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, so many.
It's,
But it's good. Oh, also as well.
fortunately,
Oh,
go on.
I was going to say, this is going out on the Friday. The one that's just gone on the Tuesday. By the way, guys, thank you very much for all the comments. There's so many comments and everything.
It's great, isn't it?
There's like 20 odd or something, like in
Easily,
2 days or
easily,
something.
yeah.
So thank you very much.
A lot of it because of the controversy over the overrun.
Yes,
stuff like that.
but we worked out it didn't matter anyway in the end.
That is the overall conclusion, yeah, which is what we set off.
Just a big thank you, guys, to all your commenting and sharing and liking and all that jazz. So keep it up.
Absolutely. It really gives us something to engage with as well. We like to talk about stuff like you do, and there are times we need clarification and opinions and everything. And yeah, it's really nice to hear from you guys. Inspires us to continue doing more. So keep it up. In terms of catching up with the date, etc., of recent play as well, though, we have got a bit of a jump forward in the fact that your round 4 at Scottish Championship was a Warhall battle.
It was.
Fits nicely into the Friday slot, which is handy, isn't it?
Yeah, so we can bump it into that.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so obviously using my beastie herds, Krugar and his crew, Krugar's crew.
Nice.
Against a fellow clubman in Paul Godbold, also of the Fantasy Gaming of the War podcast.
You haven't had to say it in a while, have you?
I know. It's been,
and you butchered that one.
Butchered it. But yes, of them with Tony et al. But yeah, so it was nice to actually get a game in against him, because we hadn't played for like maybe a year, something mental.
Yeah, because I mean, you used to play against Paul every couple of months, maybe more, when we could play on the tabletop.
Yeah, maybe more down the club. But since then, we just haven't coalesced together.
No, okay.
Is that a good
word? He'll do, and he's currently trying out Saurian Ancients, isn't he?
He is.
I think he's on a bit of a project to get his son interested in gaming a bit.
I think that's the army his son
Saurians
did, and then he looked at them and went, "Ooh, these are nice."
Yeah, dinosaurs. Yeah,
so absolutely. Dawn Assault and Secure Target as well. So we'll get into that. My list, as the same as we've seen, loads of monsters, Soothsayer, Centaur Chieftain Krugar, and some other bits in between chariots and whatnot. This is what it looks like on Warhall.
That's pretty.
So,
how are you feeling about it? Because obviously round 3 didn't go great. Are you?
Yeah, so I'm struggling to get into my beasties. I don't think this is a bad list at all. I'm scared.
That's your first comment question, guys.
Yeah.
Is it a bad list?
Is it? So, I mean, if it is a bad list, let me know. I think it's got a lot. The issue is I'm scared of a lot of lists and a lot of armies. So I'm not sure I'm playing it the best.
Okay.
Is my comments on it so far. But hopefully that will change in this battle. We'll see.
They're looking good in Warhol, aren't they?
Obviously not rendered completely, but still looking pretty fly.
Yeah.
So against me is a million poison shots and divination.
So that's not ideal, right from the off. So you said that you're scared of a lot of lists. Obviously your round 3 you were very scared of.
I put this down to if I can get 3. I'll be happy. But I'm like,
Yikes.
but so I don't know, and I think this is where it comes down to it is that I'm not perhaps not as experienced enough, but having divination coatl lord, like in my head, takes off a monster every turn.
Yeah.
And then if he can get 1 or 2 of his units of shooting, takes off another monster a turn. And I'm like, oh well, that's my gambit.
You've only got 5 monsters.
Yeah, I thought 5 monsters was a lot, but in 3 turns they're gone. So I don't know. So my initial thing was if I get the first turn to just go guns blazing, just run up at him. If I get the second turn, do the complete opposite and be defensive and seeing if I can get him to make mistakes or whatever.
Okay.
How that goes, I'm not sure. We'll see. This is the Saurian army, though. It's quite cool. These are the palanquins. You got a little lad and a big lad.
Oh, that is kind of cute, isn't it?
These are 3 Taurosaurs. One of them is a engine of the gods. Is it?
Stygiasaur? No.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
One of them
3.
has got an engine of gods,
3 Taurosaurs. One with engine of the gods, and these 2 have great bows.
Did Paul have to select that specially in Warhall, or was it literally?
I think because Warhall just put it up as a Taurosaur, he chose a different model.
Yeah, that's what I was
to
thinking.
signify it.
Yeah.
Big unit of skinks and crocs, which are interesting. But yeah, so I'm not too bothered if I get into combat with anything. But it's just getting into combat. So that I need to try and focus. So I'll be at the bottom. He's at the top. I chose the centre. The centre forest is not a spoil. King of the hill.
Target.
Secure King of the hill.
It's not King of the Hill, secure target, isn't it? But it's in there, you're saying?
Isn't it? I thought it was King of the Hill. Oh well. But yeah.
No, King of the Hill's the last round.
Fair enough.
This is secure target.
But yeah, so I put it there and he put it 24 inches on this hill.
Sure.
As well. Or the other way round, actually. What would I have done?
Oh, you did a very good thinking stance.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was.
It was one of the 2. I think he put that one on.
It would be one of the 2.
Yeah,
it wasn't any other option.
But yeah, anyway. So it worked out was that he got to drop for first turn and did so. And so plan B came into effect rather than plan A go gung ho. So I put my gargoyles and 2 chariots units down on this hill. We've switched to 2D because of models and stuff. So that I've got some charge ranges and things. And I thought my thought was if he drops 1 and I get first turn, all my monsters go here.
Right.
And I just go for it. I just go over this side and just say
smash through. Yeah.
You'll get 1 or 2, but the rest will get in. Was my hope. But as he got first turn and started putting stuff down, I was like, well, if I'm over here, I'm out of divination range. So
could you not have done the smash and grab tactic anyway, even though he had first turn, because his skinks wouldn't have been in range?
Yes, but divination would have been.
Sure, yeah, I get divination.
So what that means is if I go there, he gets one monster in my head, turn 1. I move up, he gets at least another monster, and then I've only got 3 monsters. And really, he goes for the Gore-Tax, right?
Of course.
And 3 giants are all right. They're not bad, but they ain't great.
Well, they certainly haven't been given names yet, anyway.
No, they haven't. But yeah, but I had in my head one of two things to do, and as he got first turn, I went with 2. I went with defensive. So my plan is to stay out of divination range with my monsters, and that's it really.
Fair enough.
Vanguard. So I moved these guys up. They are currently light troops, and I've got. So they're currently sober, but they've got Krugar in with them because that means that they can change halfway through. So if he's not with them, they can't change to being drunk and all that.
Didn't realise that. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's something I've learnt in this tournament actually, which is quite interesting. So, my plan actually is to get as close to this hill as possible, see if I can get some, and then just keep them away. That's my plan.
At least the hunters who've moved forward on his side. Yeah.
His turn. Yeah. He just moves forward with most of the stuff, making sure that I don't have anything easy to get onto over here. Although he's not really covered anything. But I can't come on turn 1, so he's not too bothered. But he's just keeping a few things back that are quite good moving parts. But yeah, moves up. Shoots 2
bolts.
I'm not sure. Can he do his divination through them?
Through the engine of the gods, he can.
Through the engine of gods. So that's not. So that's that one. So some either shooting or magic. I'm gonna say magic. I think.
Magic probably first. Yeah.
Then onto my turn. I move these in some sort of fan to make it look like I'm moving.
Yeah.
But my plan was to make it so this is the closest thing that can divination me. So I was whatever it is 0.1 away from him, so that if he moved fully and then divinationed, he would be out of range.
Yeah, I don't think Paul had the Quattle ability that meant that the range wasn't halved, did he?
Yeah.
Or did he have that?
I can't remember, but
no.
We worked out the range between us.
Yeah.
I was saying, what is the range? And then I put them all there. Everything else I wasn't too fussed with, but I just made sure I had my mostly on the hill to get the rerolls.
Yeah.
I get. I think this is the D3+1 charge off on them.
Okay.
Because the totem 2. Or it was the magic resistance one. Either way, that's the only one I could get off.
Yeah.
Evocation is because doing this. My guy's there, by the way. Evocation's rubbish because I'm not anywhere near anything. So
yeah, I mean it's short range. It doesn't always need line of sight though.
Yeah, well that's why I put him behind the hill. But it does. I don't have any range to him, so I'm just doing totems and getting off what I can. In his turn, he magics me to death.
Ooh, hard.
Magics me hard, bro. I think this was what's the D6 one for divination?
Fate's Judgment.
I think this was a Fate's Judgment as well.
Heavy,
so
then.
Just gutted, and he gets 2 wounds off through shooting through magic on these guys.
Unerring strike, probably?
Quite possibly, but it was. I wasn't too bothered by 2 anyway. He continues to shoot, I think, and gets another 1, maybe 2, with his bows and stuff.
Another 2, yeah.
And it just means they're not a unit anymore.
They're not at all.
They can't do anything. My turn 2, and these guys come on, and because it was only 1, if it was all 3, I might have thought about it. Because there's only 1, they'll just get picked apart by all the shooting and. He's got a Taurosaur over there and things, so they have to go here. So,
okay, if you insist.
#defensive. Yes. So this is my line after movement. Again, not really moving at all.
After movement.
Yeah.
You've gone behind the hill.
I've gone behind the hill. Basically, I'm keeping their points. They at the minute. They're half points at the minute, so I just want to keep the other 300 points that I can there. Magic and shooting. Is it onto his turn? Has he moved up? Yeah, I think he's moved up as well, actually. I think so. This is not only after my magic, my shooting and everything, because I don't have shooting and my magic.
Yeah, I suppose your turn's fairly quick if you're just moving back and
really,
then
really
you don't
quick.
have a lot of range.
I don't have a lot, so that's him moving up as well.
So he's not coming on aggressively, then, is he?
This is what I thought as well. I'm obviously very scared, and even by I'm not saying it, but my movement is saying it. And he didn't really push forward. I don't know 100% why.
Sure, yeah.
Perhaps he was just happy to just get a medium win at this point and just shore up shop. So fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's got the 2 ambushes to think about, but realistically, what are they? 1 Wild Horde, 1 Longhorn? Is that what units they are?
Yeah. So this is his movement, and then Magic gets rid of a couple of these. and enough of these to panic them.
Oh, okay.
And that was in just magic.
Oh, I suppose Krugar's up with the
no reroll. So that was a tough magic phase.
Ouch.
And sort of going back, I think that was a Fate's Judgment and then a Nearing Strike.
Yeah.
Or the other way round.
Yeah.
But either way, that's done. They have 4 each, so that's done 6, and that must have done 7.
Yeah,
so
I mean, number 4 in divination isn't an Unerring Strike; it's Stars Align, but it's essentially those are the 2 damage spells.
Oh right, okay.
So Stars Align doesn't do any damage, but whatever.
But he's done damage. Whether it was shooting as well, maybe he got one of the units up close. Let's see. It doesn't look like 18 inches.
It's definitely the magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it it's just magic. Druidism?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe he just moved the wrong card.
But either way, it probably is.
It's old men anyway.
He said the thing anyway. But and then I panicked and off the board I go. Nothing else panicked, thankfully, but that's my zoning.
Sure, yeah.
So on to my turn and my ambush do come on.
Okay,
they both come on and he hasn't faced this side of the board, so I just come up. I'm like, right, let's see let's try and get this objective as much as I can.
Yeah.
To at least draw the objective, so get those 3 points.
And the Longhorns, are they both throwing weapons or not?
No, Longhorns are halberds. So strength 5.
Like they're shown.
Then that's my movement. So because I've done that, I know that he's got to deal with them with some things. So I'm like, well, let's try and see what I can do. So this middle giant goes right up. Literally doesn't care. Everything else goes medium up.
Yeah.
And I've got magic resistance off on this one as well for divination stuff. To try and bait him into getting this one, because this Taurosaur is just making sure I don't come on the hill, which I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I can bait him into coming to me, probably doing a lot of wounds or getting into range, so we can, because I think these are all 12 inches ranges. So just hoping he comes close. I'm trying to bait him in really.
What's Krugar's armor so before you?
2 up.
Were you not tempted by putting him on the hill? I know he'd take a bolt thrower shot potentially.
Yeah, I just need him to stay alive at this point.
I suppose killing because Hawthorn Curse. I'm thinking obviously to do a few pot shots.
Yeah.
No, what strength is that? Is that only strength 5?
Strength 6. So it definitely is worth it, but it's like.
I suppose it takes 2 or 3 hits from the Hawthorn Curse to kill a Taurosaur.
Yeah, all of his divination. I think one of his divination is AP 1, and even that, if he gets like 2 or 3 off, then I'm just done. I'm not sure. Fate's Judgment, does it allow armor saves?
Yeah, it allows armor save. That's why I asked the armor save. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. It seemed like too much of a risk, considering how many points he is. I think he's like 700 points altogether, including the BSB.
Yeah.
My Razor Tusk, Razor Gore Chariot, or whatever it is. I'm gonna say Razor Tusk.
Whatever it is.
Whatever. Comes onto the hill, and this one just moves up as much as possible to try and. Again, bait them this way, but if they turn that way, to then go after that. He comes up for some evocation on the Taurosaur, and my plan is to move these guys up and shoot and just try and pot shot. Just get that Taurosaur down as much as possible before it charges, and hopefully charge.
Yeah, because I mean the Longhorns can deal with the unit of skinks, no problem.
Yeah,
can't they? It's the Taurosaur that's the issue.
I get both spells off in a turn,
good.
so I get the one off, and he lets it go.
Yeah.
And then I just outdiced him for that one.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I get 3 off, so he's down by half. That might be shooting as well, actually. Possibly.
Okay.
So it might be between those I did 3 wounds, but still, considering he can't see me, I will take that, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
In his turn, so what he does is he moves his druidism. Well, I think it's druidism anyway.
I think so. Yeah.
This way, he's got a few breath weapons, so I think he's got a breath weapon. I think this guy on a pterodon has a breath weapon, and he moves his Taurosaur up so that I can't leave, basically.
You can't get away. Yeah.
I can't get away.
He couldn't see you before, but now he can.
Yeah, so my plan is that I do actually have a long charge here as well,
Okay.
and if I can get that in, then those skinks are toast as well. He's turned around basically with those 1, 2, 3, 4 units to deal with.
So they're drawing attention then, like
drawing attention. He does, however, back off in the middle and just settle for. He's just saying, "I'm not gonna fall for the bait," which is absolutely fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, now you've shown interest with your monsters. Now is not the time to just come straight forward, is it?
Yeah.
When you can.
So
interest. You weren't. I mean, obviously, you're trying to deal with the right-hand side of the objective, but you weren't necessarily going for the objective. You were just trying to draw it. Really, is that right?
Yeah, I'd need to contest the middle. Draw in the objective thing, but I'm not in a terrible position if I can survive the shooting and the from the breath weapon and etc. So if I can survive that and get a bit lucky, maybe with a long charge or some evo, maybe I'll do all right, you know.
Sure.
And then I'm just hoping he just doesn't do too much over here, but he has moved up in range here to shoot.
Yeah.
And obviously div, and obviously div.
Okay.
So divination does 5 wounds.
Sure.
I think again
Fate's
stopping an Era Strike, and Fate's Judgment does 5, and then the poison just gets 2 off.
Skink hunters, yeah.
And you're like, well, I don't mind the 2. That's a bit of a killer. Because it's D6, right?
Fate's Judgment's D6, yeah.
Yeah. Just want that one. Just wanted that one. Because if not, I can actually charge here and get him fleeing and all sorts of shenanigans.
Maybe Paul was mirroring my good luck with the Macabre battle.
Maybe.
Because I got high rolls on my Fate's Judgment. So maybe I decided to punish you.
Yeah. It happens. I didn't mind. I was just like, if I just have 1 wound.
Oh, absolutely. A 1-wound giant is better than a 7. An unwounded giant.
But he's dead.
Craziness.
In terms of this, he only does 2 wounds here. I'm going to go to the next picture, but I've got a funny feeling his breath weapon did nothing.
Okay.
Whatsoever.
Well, his breath weapon couldn't get the wild horns, could it? Cause
no, it got these,
hill.
but just I think it rolled double 1. For its thing, and then failed both. Right. It was just like this weird, crazy thing.
Looks like you stopped any druidism to recover a wound on the Taurosaur as well.
I think with all the magic, he went all on my giant.
Yeah, which is understandable.
He went double missile on my giant, to be fair. I take the long charge, and I take the charge into the skinks, hoping again that his shooting doesn't do too much. Because I've got a 5-up armor save, which is it's the best beast I can get. And I'm res 4, so if they don't poison and they've got 5, so I'm like, if I can get in, I might do all right.
If you can get in,
he allows it, and let's address 2 things. So I think I get in, but I'm not sure whether I get in because he's fled low, or if I got in 1 and just stayed where I was.
Sure. I think you would have, if you'd have caught him. I mean, I could be saying something wrong here. If he flees and you catch him, could you not do a reform afterwards?
I've got a funny feeling that because he doesn't seem to have moved much, or I don't seem to have moved much. So if it'd have fled to here, well, he'd have to have fled to here, and I'd be well. If I got into him, I'd just be just off the hill, and that's where I seem to be. So I think he held, and I just demolished him.
It looks like it. I would go with that,
and then I just I stayed facing this way because they're in my front, and I think he's in my rear.
Okay.
And I'm
plus if those skinks had fled, they'd have been going the whole way down the Saurian line.
Yeah, exactly.
Causing. I mean, I know that they're cold-blooded and probably re-rollable, but panic test still.
Yeah, sure. And I think that's what he thought. I think he just didn't want to risk anything silly to his coatl. So that was wicked. This guy failed though, meaning that my plan B here was just to evo and shoot again, and then hopefully So my plan was I wanted to get him down to 1 wound. If I could get him down to
Yeah.
1 wound, then anything can happen in battle, even if he charges me.
Absolutely, just plink that little jabber
Yeah.
spear into his rear,
Yeah.
the soft bit.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my Evo guy will do 1 wound. He'll just stop the other one, right?
He'll have to let Hasten the Hour through
Yeah.
to try and stop Touch of the Reaper.
So it's just whether or not these guys can do the business and get at least 1, if not more, through. 3 up armor saves, so there's a chance that one of them goes through and stuff. Otherwise, he's got the giant.
You're back again.
So I couldn't really do it. I couldn't really do it. I got scared again because
You did.
like they've all got 6 wounds and they're all as easy to kill as the other. In fact, actually, the giant's got 7. And I thought if he can do it that easy with a giant, he's going to do it with a Gortak, and they're 500 points each. So I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I was just like, right, let's just get as much, keep as much points as possible.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like 2,000 points in that corner, isn't it? So
it's mad. The right's looking better. I've got that skink unit. If I can get the Taurosaur and then maybe the Pterodon rider, that's a decent amount of points as well. So clawing that back,
and
as long as I don't
test the objective.
Yeah. So as long as I don't lose out too much elsewhere, then I might be all right, you know. And crew guy just goes like that so that he can't move around the hill and see me and stuff.
Yeah.
So cowardly beasts.
I don't blame you really.
So I do Evo, as what we said. Hasten the Hour gets off. And I do manage 1 wound. So he's gonna charge, but let's see if I can do it. And he does charge immediately.
Yeah. Okay. You hold your terror check?
Yes, I do.
Because you mean you move your general over there anyway?
Yeah,
so that
I think we said +1, but I'm not sure whether it was needed. I just rolled lower than.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is shooting. I think poison shooting or something.
Yeah. I mean that Pterodon rider would have had a javelin or something as well.
But yeah, so decided not to go into me, but shot me instead. Moved the palanquin over to here to see what I could do, and moved the temple guard unit so that they have enough movement to get
now your
onto
ambushers have got attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Starts moving these monsters around the side so that I can't do any shenanigans that way, and the hunter's just basically zoning off my monsters so they don't come any closer. After more magic, he goes all out on these guys because they've clearly pissed him off. I think these are 3 lots of shooting and magic, so like maybe a magic, a shooting, or a magic, a shooting sort of thing.
Yeah, sure.
But either way, they get.
The previous one was a drop rocks, wasn't it?
You got it. So I mean, that's fair play. Going for the objective now, making sure of that. Plinky.
Nice. So you lost a few from impact hits.
Yeah, impact hits smashed me up, but I plink the last wound off with my remaining things. I mean,
awesome.
I rerolled a hit, so that's massive. And then I just got enough to get him off. I think I did 1 as well. I don't think I did any more than that. But
1's enough.
Yeah, happy days for me. So points basically as well. So I'm trying to get it as even as possible.
430 odd.
Something
points,
like that. Yeah. So a decent chunk. But yeah, so my turn. I believe I did take this because I think I was in the flank.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm not sure. It looks like it hit. Well, I guess you can't tell because I'm. But I take this
close enough.
I believe I'm in the flank. I don't think I would have taken a front charge because they're scoring, and I'm like, well, I can. I can chaff these guys enough so that they don't. They're not like troops, so that they don't get in. Use these guys to do that, and hopefully Evo off his Pterodon. So I'm like, if I can get in here. That is clutch to the game and me getting the objective or drawing.
Yeah, even if you just hold for his turn,
right?
So that he can't move.
I also take a rerollable long charge into here, hoping
Why not?
that I get. I think for that one is a 12.
Sure.
But I'm like, if I get that, because he holds, obviously, then I can also go into potentially.
And fight twice. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I think that guy is actually a character, the one behind the Temple Guard unit. So if I can get into him. Again, it's points.
Yeah.
And there won't be a counter charge over there.
Absolutely. No, there's no reason not to declare that.
So let's see. That's my plan. So crazily though, I don't know. Maybe I don't take it because he seems to have moved off this way.
You obviously thought about it.
Yeah. He fails for sure. The other champion.
Yeah.
So it's the tale of failed charges for him. I think they've all been like 10s and 11s, to be fair.
He's probably wondering where his mates are, to be fair.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm not sure. I've got a feeling because the other
Chickened out.
Yeah, I've got a feeling I chickened out. That's kind of like the theme, isn't it? So yeah, what happens is I chicken out there. The Longhorns just swift reform and move down as much as possible to be out at Pterodon's line of sight. But obviously these guys can see him. The Wildhorns are out line of sight of everything, but ready to pounce on this turn 6.
Of course.
To at least contest it. But maybe
Do you think this is turn 5? Do you?
I think so. I think it's bottom of 5 because he's definitely got one more turn to move on to the thing. If he wants.
Yeah, true.
So bottom of 5. My plan. I'm not really fussed about if he goes after my Evo Mage because I got 4 at 4 up, so I'm like, I don't think he'll do enough damage to kill me, whatever. And I want to Evo. I have the option to Evo everyone, all the characters, for points. So I do Evo. So I get both off. Again,
okay.
But I only for one he lets off, and then the second one I outdice him, and it only does 1.
Oh, like, that's teasing.
Because that's 6 inches. They're 6 inches away, and I would have panicked and stuff, and you never know. Yeah. And I'm like, gutted. But
close.
Still, it'll make him scared. Hopefully. So he declares
He's not scared.
Yeah. He declares a charge with his skinks into my Longhorns, who decide to flee. Because they were like needing a 4 or something. I think it was an auto charge or something. And then he redirects into my Lord, which is interesting because he can. I think he wins that because I've only got 1 attack.
It's a fight of the heavyweights. That one.
Yeah. I've got res 5, so he won't do anything to me. But combat res will make me test, and I've not got BSB in there, so it doesn't get in though, thankfully.
Well, that's all right.
But yeah. Just be his turn 6, wouldn't it? He'd go first.
Yeah, he definitely.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, your monsters have all gone skinny dipping in your turn, so.
Yeah. Trying to think. So he moves this on to the objective.
I mean, he only needs to be within 6 inches. It's not King of the Hill. Is that what you're mistaking?
No, I don't know.
I'm just trying to think.
6. But yeah, no, actually, that kind of works. So yeah, this is how he moves and stuff, ready to divination, whatever he wants, basically, and moves these up to threaten there without a counter charge, which is fair because I've only got 1 turn. So, I should have just put one of these here and facing up. So that's a mistake on my part.
He only needs to draw the one on the right because. He is going to win the one in the middle.
Yeah, so he's within 6, so I can't do anything.
Now the Longhorns have fled, and they're only going to rally on the spot, so they can't move within 6.
Exactly, yeah. So this
pretty.
is lots of stuff happens. Basically, he gets all 3 spells off. I think.
That
he tries. Stars align off on them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I got a wound on them. I'm not sure. Whatever that one is to kill it.
Maybe boosted Stars Align, perhaps?
Yeah, possibly. And does 1 wound with Fate's Judgment on him.
Okay.
And tries the Hereditary but doesn't do any wounds. So actually he's got 4 spells off. He's just absolutely smashed.
What were you dispelling? You got number 3.
I tried.
Behind as well.
I think I tried to dispel this one.
Yeah,
because I've got one more turn. Yeah, and I'm like, well, I could charge the skinks then. But yeah, so just gets so many spells off. Shoots 2, but not the last one. Crucially.
Oh, good.
So which I'm happy about.
You'd already lost half points on that anyway, hadn't you?
Oh yeah, so yeah, he does 3. So he did 2 actually, wounds. Or he did that wound that was there was actually just 1 wound here.
Sure. Yeah.
And I charged it.
Stand and shoot. Is that?
Stand and shoot. So that's an overview of everything. I've put Krugar here to shoot down here to see if I can panic because I can't kill them because it's only D3.
Yeah, sure.
So my only chance for points is panicking. Obviously, he's moved his Pterodon back as well.
Yeah.
And I moved these guys up to see if I, to be within 6 because what else?
Yeah, because if that chariot breaks the skinks, then you do actually win that objective.
Exactly. So it's all about the chariot
draw an
getting
objective
in
overall
and killing the skinks off. So it's a bit of a risk on both parts, but there's a chance. But I fail the charge.
Oh, that's a shame.
3 in a row.
But this picture shows something else.
Yes, it does. I get the Pterodon with Evo. So because
Awesome.
the skinks can't be moved now, I go for the Pterodon at the top and kill him.
Yeah, because I mean, in terms of your magic, Evo is not going to touch those skinks. It's
no, it's not. I've not got
so.
really anything that can kill skinks.
I mean, even the wild horns shooting, they're throwing.
Yeah, that's
weapons.
it. That's it. So
you'd have to do well. I suppose.
It's possible.
16 shots hitting on 6s.
So 5s because they're quick to
5s.
fire. Yeah. But maybe long range actually. I don't know if they're accurate as well. They're probably. I think they're accurate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that happens.
Touch the Reaper on the skink.
Yeah, try and do that for 2 to try and get 3 off, but only do 2. So nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah.
And that might be an overview of everything else. No,
sure.
I do one to the skinks.
Oh, there you go. So yeah.
Because they had a full rank at the back. So yeah, just not enough to panic, not enough to do anything, and it means I lose the objective.
Oh, a good effort though.
But yeah, I tried. I think I've got another picture. Yeah, I have. So this is an overview of everything. Obviously, I've kept quite a lot.
You did.
I mean, a bit of a nothing game, but very tactical and stuff, and just
you
didn't
pretty much
quite
fought him with half your army.
Possibly a third.
Yeah. I mean, even your gargoyles were alive.
So I didn't use the gargoyles, the wild horns, 5 of my monsters because he just ended up killing one. I used it. One that was bait, I guess I could say, and I didn't use the centaurs. They just died.
Or the other chariot, the razor.
Or the razor chariot in the end. So
I mean, if you hadn't have sacrificed that one giant and he'd have stayed back as well, you may even have not done anything with him.
Well,
you literally fought him with a wild horn unit, a long.
This was my thinking. Was actually.
And one chariot who failed 3 charges.
If you think about it, with me staying out of range from his range stuff, which is pretty lethal, he's still killed a giant and all those centaurs
and chariots,
and killed in panic the chariots. And so you're like, imagine if I was in range.
Yeah.
But yeah, so ends up don't lose too much, and I do actually get a decent amount of points. There's a skink unit in there. There's the Pterodon rider, the Taurosaur sort of thing. Yeah. So it's not too bad. My guys keep fleeing, I think, so I lose their points.
Get their points
completely. Yeah. But I do keep half the points for this chariot, just the failing chariot. But yeah, so lost the objective though.
Yeah.
Still managed to 6 though.
That's not bad. Points
so
exchange.
It was 11-9 on points.
That is not bad, son.
And I was this close, I think, from getting the objective to keep it at 11-9. And 11-9 I would have been very, very happy with.
Massively.
14-6 I'm not too disappointed with. I made it into this sort of game. And Paul just sort of kind of just dealt with it pretty well. Didn't really fall into any of the 1 or 2 traps that I tried to make. Played it pretty solid.
He did play it safe, didn't he? So
yeah.
Did he say afterwards whether he wasn't going for the big win and he was just going for this, or not really?
No, we just sort of chatted, and I just said at the end. It was obvious sort of from the battle, but I said at the end how scared I was of his lift. With beasts,
and the little yellow puddle under your chair probably gave it away.
Yeah, right, exactly, and thankfully it was online, so we couldn't smell.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those where I was like, I'm happy to get a 6 because I didn't think I'd get I thought 5 was my tops, so I'm happy for that. Gutted really that I lost, but I didn't play to win. I don't think.
No, and it is the second battle in a row that you've come up against a not ideal matchup.
Yeah, and even out of my 4 battles so far, really they're all been super cagey and super thing. So I don't want to blame it on matchups, but I think it's me, the way my brain is thinking about the matchups.
You're saving points over risking points at the moment, aren't you?
And as well, my last battle in the Empire, I risked it and I got smashed up.
Yeah,
that's true. It just didn't work. I got 20'd.
You stuck your neck out and got it chopped off. Yeah, absolutely.
So I say good game against Paul. A good laugh. And we chatted about some of the stuff that's happening as well. So
good to see Warhall in action again.
Warhall, lovely job. I say good battle against Paul Warhall. I get mixed emotions about the score. Happy, but I didn't really ever go for the win. So
yeah, sure.
I don't like playing like that.
And in terms of the tournament, obviously you've had 2 rough rounds, but looking at mid-table,
I think I'm on. Well, no, I'm probably top of the bottom third.
Okay.
If that makes sense. But I need a big win to get up to middle, basically. But
sure.
I think I'm on 31 or 32, something like that. So I need like a 20 to get over 50, which is my aim. So
yes, I think both of us go into the tournament aiming for 50 out of 100, don't we? So.
Yeah, for sure. So possible, but unlikely.
Absolutely. No. Maybe if you go aggro for the last one.
Maybe.
Brilliant. Okay, so do comment on whether Lucky Sixes is using his list correctly, and what you think of the list. Is it just the case of 2 bad matchups? Which these definitely are difficult matchups. I don't think there's any disputing that. I mean, feel free to put it in the comments if you think we've assessed the matchups wrong there. Because that would be interesting as well.
But also, if they are like multiple, if I'm getting multiple bad matchups, that's bad army design, really, from my list.
In the current meta, perhaps, yeah.
It's bad list design, so that's a thought.
Yeah, I mean, going into the tournament, there was a talk of anti-Monster Mash lists being around, and obviously you've gone for Monster Mash, so yeah.
Fell into the
trap.
Cool,
so maybe give us the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate every person who watches and clicks that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Absolutely.
If you're a regular watcher and you haven't subscribed, just do that little extra click, and then we'll be forever grateful, as we are to all our current subscribers. Pressing on nicely, and we'll go into my round 4 coming up. Seeing if I can continue the turnaround from 2 losses early, going into round 4 with the Dread Elves. So we'll see you for that one.
See you later.